Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Leisure Podcast. My name remains Matthew Joseph, and here we keep your real estate journey in check. With me today is a special guest, the chairman and MD of Leisure Court Estate, in person of Builder Segun Abolaji, PhD. You're welcome on set, sir.
Thank you so much. It's
We're
my
so
pleasure.
happy to have you, even despite your tight schedules.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes, having you here today, we would like to know, and even our audience are interested to know, what has kept you in this business? What has been driving you and how you have been doing?
Well, I attribute my success so far to God. From a street agent to a professional real estate person. And being a builder is an advantage for me because I'm not just a businessman who comes into real estate. It's not just the business aspect of it, the professional
Money.
Exactly. It's not just for the money, it's the passion that drives me, and all through the year that has kept me, though there are ups and downs in the business. There's no business that doesn't have ups and downs, and but I've been able to weather through it all, and whatever you put your mind to and you're passionate about, you always have the best.
Well, that's interesting. We're happy to know about that. So, having said that, now viewers will also want to know, what are the building process after acquiring a landed property? What next? I have a landed property. Probably my budget is small, or I don't know the first step to go afterwards. So, can you take us through this process?
Okay. The building process is not rocket science, and there are two sides to it.
Okay.
One, if you are buying from a real estate company, they have helped you in skipping so many processes, because when a developer, for example, buys a vast land, or a particular property, he must have gone through the rigor and the process of getting approvals for the building types. For example, in some estates, in our estates, some of our estates have maybe fully detached duplexes, semi-detached terraces, blocks of flats, and all that. So we must have gone through that rigor of getting it approved
From the government.
From the necessary authority. But for example, if somebody is buying or has acquired a property somewhere, and then you need to, let's assume every other factor is constant, it means that you must have gotten all the necessary approval, maybe up to C or O for the title document, and then you now want to build.
Okay.
You must have something in mind that you want to build. It means you have to conceptualize what you actually want. Maybe your dream home. This is how I want my house to be. I want a football field as my bedroom, my living room. I want 2 living rooms. I want 3 living rooms, and all that. So
parking area.
Exactly, the parking area. I want a swimming pool on top of the building or behind the building, and all that. So that's the conceptualization stage. You must have something at the back of your mind. But in the case of buying from a real estate company, they have done all that. It's just for you to check if it fits into your vision and also budget. So afterwards, you now contact an architect, who will bring your vision to life.
That is if you're buying from a community or from a real estate company.
No, if you're buying if you've bought your land, not from a real estate company.
Okay, from the community now.
It may be community, it may be a direct allocation from government. So if you are buying outside
a real
estate company, it means that you must go through these processes. So the architect, brings out everything the way you explain to him, and then he put it
in your vision to life.
And then he produces the drawing, produces what we call architectural drawing. So if you are satisfied with it, then you do what is called, if it's something that is not a bungalow. Once it's not a bungalow, it means that you need a structural engineer. A structural engineer is the one who would do what we call structural drawing. Structural drawing is will allow you know where you're supposed to have your iron rods, what gauge of iron rod are you using. Is it iron 20? Is it iron 16? Is it iron 25? And all that. So and where is it supposed to be? How many lengths of it is supposed to be in a particular column? What is popularly called pillar, and all that in your slab, or what is popularly known as decking. What's the combination of or layers of iron that's supposed to be there? So those are the job of a structural engineer. Afterwards, there's what we call a mechanical engineer. The mechanical engineer may not be the one that most mechanics now call themselves mechanical engineer.
Of course, they are all engineers.
So a mechanical engineer is the one who does the what we call part of the services drawing. That's the plumbing. When you talk about plumbing, where the pipes, the waste pipes will be, where this pipe will be, where the other one will be. Those are services. Then we also have electrical engineer who will also design the electrical circuits of the house, where wires will pass through, the pipings and all that. So both
the structural engineer, the architect,
the what is it called? We call those services drawing.
Okay.
We call them services drawing. So afterwards, you now have the quantity surveyor.
Yeah.
So who will come
give an estimate
of what is it may be the actual value, it may not be an estimate, maybe the actual value of what is expected to deliver the project and all that. So afterwards, you proceed to the necessary approving authority, get your building drawings approved, and maybe after paying all the necessary bills and all that, and then you now assemble your team of professionals. Usually, if all other factors are constant, it's usually done by a builder. The builder is usually the head of that team, because a builder's job is to actualize the job of all these other guys: the architects drawing, the architectural drawing, the services drawing, the structural drawing, and everything. So he puts it on ground and actualize what has been drawn on paper. He makes it come alive.
Even the
in reality
of the quantity surveyor,
yes,
he also manages
he also manages that. However, those other people, both the architects, the structural engineers, and the services engineers, are also saddled with the responsibility of overseeing what he is doing, because he is the one bringing it to life. But they are the ones that produce those drawings, so they have a duty to check from time to time to ensure that it's complying
in place.
Exactly. There are situations where it may be, a builder may have may experience some difficulties because some designs are actually very difficult to
replicate on the ground.
Exactly. So they sit together, they have meetings upon meetings, they be able to deliberate, and that's it. It's just a very simple process.
This is so interesting, but as simple as you say, like a professional, it does not sound simple to us who are not professional. Because assembling all this team, somebody will want to ask, won't it affect the cost of the property? Because having professional architects, having a structural engineer, having the electrical engineer, and all the service engineers with a builder, won't this affect the cost of that property?
Well, that's the standard.
Okay.
And when we're talking about standard, that's what we call is part of the standards of practice. If you don't now follow it, maybe in the Nigerian situation, for example, I've seen a situation where the architect is also the builder, is also the
even the quantity surveyor.
Exactly. So these functions now overlap to the extent that it's so bad that the advent of some of these softwares are also not helping matters, because
AI is taking over everything.
AI, you can even do you can tell AI to design something for you now. It designs it. You can tell him to do the structural. There are apps that you just input the drawing, and then it produces structural drawing, produces the build, produces everything. So in that case, you may have, but there's still a place of professionalism.
Definitely.
That's why people go to school and study for 5 years, 6 years, and all that. So these things cannot be taken away.
It's not a match at all.
So that's it.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, while you were talking, you talked about the architects and even the structural engineers maybe coming together with the builder at some point. Now, the question we would like to ask is, does alteration happen in these processes? And if alterations happen, what should be done?
Well, it's very possible that you have alterations, but not alterations that would not be approved. Usually when you have such, you have to send it back to the approving authority. But we know how things are in Nigeria. Most often, people don't do that. They just do the alteration and that's it. If you are following the standards, if you're going to adjust or alter any part of the building, it has to go back for reapproval or revalidation.
Oh, okay.
So that's the process.
Well, this is so interesting. I'm sure a lot of us are learning from the professional himself. We want to thank you for finding time to be with us here today, and would like to even have you more often as much as possible, if you can make out time for us. Thank you, audience, for investing your time with us. I am sure you have learned the process of building. And from what he just told us, I think I would say it's advisable to buy properties from a real estate company, because all this rigor of assembling teams of engineers, of going for approval, that has already been taken care of by the real estate company. So why not look into yourself, look into your budget, and know if you have the time to go through all this rigor. I want to thank you for investing your time. As usual, please send in your questions, hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and we will come your way again with another interesting episode. Thank you for watching.